morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Thursday, June 15th, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Let's start drawing some cards and finding out what is our first card for today. What is our first card? We are starting our day off with the Eight of Cups in its reversal. So what this is really indicating at this time is, again, there are some circumstances and situations that you're currently experiencing, but you're feeling some difficulty walking away from. That this is a moment right now that is really coming up. And we've been seeing this in the cards over the last few days, specifically with that 10 of Wands in its reversal. There is a feeling or need right now to want to put down any burdens that have become too difficult to carry. But we're also recognizing here with this 8 of Cups in its reversal that there is a lot of difficulty in moving away from some circumstances and situations that you may be feeling are blocking you at this moment. This is a day of putting a lot of assessment and care into these situations and circumstances, trying to find a path forward, but also feeling some of that stuckness that we've been seeing both for masculine and feminine energy, with all of that emotionality that we've been seeing in the feminine cards, with all of that Queen of Cups energy coming up again and again and again, versus the masculine energy feeling a bit of caught energy. This is going to feel very aligned to what we've been seeing in the masculine energy over the last few days with our cards of the day, because we see for masculine, a lot of this stuckness right now that you're experiencing has to do with the fact that you're feeling like you're being called, or your passion is driving you forward in one direction, but not necessarily feeling the confidence or the ability to move to that direction with the speed, with the expediency that you would ultimately desire. For feminine energy, this stuckness energy that you've been feeling has a lot more to do with your own emotional landscape at this moment. When I say your own emotional landscape, I mean your own emotional landscape. With all of that Queen of Cups energy that we've been seeing, there's something going on right now with the feminine energy that feels like you're on a bit of an emotional roller coaster as you try to navigate your feelings and proceed forward from this point. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. The second card we have coming through in our 5-card spread is, oh, thank goodness it's in its upright. We like to see this card in its upright, because what we're really identifying here, specifically with this 4 of Wands, is a lot of this movement, a lot of this direction right now. The way you're guiding your path at this moment is moving towards those circumstances and situations that you feel are going to lead to the most happy outcome. A lot of work being spent today in planning, in setting this course for yourself right now, even at a moment of feeling some of these emotional blockages. For masculine energy right now, this is trying to overcome some of those hurdles. This is trying to guide yourself in the direction that you're going to feel is going to lead to the best outcomes moving forward at this time, even through some of your own anxieties and doubts and fears at this moment. While for feminine energy, what we're really identifying is this is you orienting, moving past your emotionality, moving past some of that emotional roller coaster that we're seeing, but just keeping your focus and your perspective on those positive outcomes that you're building for yourself, on those short-term plans, laying these plans in place to help you overcome any of this stuck feeling that you are feeling emotionally at this time. Center card for today's spread is, may I please have the center card we've got today is Judgment in its reversal. So this is also addressing some of that stuck energy that we're seeing, because what you may be identifying right now at this moment as you go forward from this point is you are feeling some sort of blockage here. You are feeling some kind of stuck energy. For feminine, this has to do with your own emotions right now. For masculine, this has to do with your own charting, your own path, your own course right now. And again, this is a point of orientation that we're really identifying today, keeping your sights and your focus on those spaces and places that you feel are going to lead to the most success going forward. But this is also moving, even though you're moving from this point of positivity, it is requiring some point of recalibration. It is requiring you to make some adjustments, to make some changes right now. And this may even be having to be recalibrating or changing your mind about some things that you may have felt like you had made a decision upon right now. But this is a point of reorientation is what we're really seeing. This is overcoming something that feels like a blockage by trying to recognize some way to make an alternative choice that's going to lead you to those more productive avenues and pathways going forward. The fourth card that we have coming through right now for our 5-card spread is, that's too many cards. We have coming through right now with our Page of Wands in its reversal. So this has to do, again, there's been this back and forth we've been seeing as it relates to communication, as it relates to where you want to put your communication at this moment. For masculine and feminine, this is having a bit of a change because this is that moment of recalibration or reorientation that you're taking right now as it relates to where the communication is coming from. For feminine energy, this could be feeling a lot of that emotionality, a lot of that stuckness could have to do with feeling like you're not getting the communication that you would ideally desire, or looking and putting a lot of care and attention into those places or spaces that you feel are not communicating to you in the effective manner that you would ultimately hope for as you go forward from this point. For masculine right now, this is a moment that you yourself are potentially experiencing any kind of challenges that you are having. We've been seeing this a lot with that Knight of Swords energy, that there is this feeling right now that masculine wants to go forward right now, but there is some trepidation in terms of some of the pathways that masculine wants to proceed down upon at this moment. This is that moment of feeling some uncertainty as it relates to communication. Communication is key right now, but we are seeing here that there is these points of addressing or reconsideration that's happening simply because from some avenues or situations or circumstances, someone is not feeling like they are receiving the communication that they would ideally desire at this moment, that is creating some of this blockage. But we also see that this is that reorientation point as you proceed forward on your path at this time. Now, let's get the final card for our first five before we start getting some clarification on the cards that we are seeing today. The fifth card for our spread for today is our Queen of Pentacles, and this is going to have a bit of a different impact depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine energy right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment of working on your own sense of stability at this moment, putting this concentration in laying this groundwork for yourself. This makes a lot of sense because we saw that Nine of Pentacles in its reversal yesterday. For feminine, there's a lot of work in terms of planning and laying plans down today, or trying to overcome any blockages or hurdles potentially that you may be feeling in the emotional space by putting this practical application into your plans, your pathway going forward, concentrating on your own stability, even in the face of some circumstances or situations where you feel like the communication is not ideal or you haven't received the communication that you are ideally hoping for at this moment. This isn't necessarily blocking the feminine energy at this time. It's simply creating a moment of recalibration as you continue forward, concentrating on your own stability at this moment. While for masculine energy right now, this is overcoming your own personal challenges. We are seeing for masculine, this could be feeling like more of a personal internal struggle right now, because for masculine, this has a lot to do with where you want to put your communication, where you want to put your energy today, where you want to put those feelers out. But what we're really seeing here for masculine is there is some of that trepidation that's still coming through here. There is a focus point for masculine as well in terms of laying those plans out, setting that course for yourself at this moment. But again, for half of the masculine collective right now, what we're really identifying is there is this moment of reconsideration that you're having towards the feminine energy at this time. For half of the masculine energy right now, this could be with a lot of focus towards a feminine energy that you see and has this ability to maintain this level of degree of stability for themselves at this moment. You are getting support from that energy, even at a point where you are feeling somewhat diminished or unable to be able to work as effectively as you would ideally desire at this moment. For the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is a moment of recalibration that you're currently experiencing as it relates to having a lot of your focus right now towards a feminine energy that you feel is embodying this ability of maintaining stability, even through some difficult hurdles or challenges. And this is that moment that you are feeling some of that stuck energy because you may be working through some degree or capacity of wanting to communicate with an energy in this fashion, but being uncertain or feeling a little unsure of how to do so. For the other part of the masculine collective, we're also seeing that this could be a manifestation moment, that you yourself are feeling some of this blockage, but you are working very hard right now to manifest for yourself right now a feminine energy that you are recognizing is able to maintain this degree or level of stability as you proceed forward from this point. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Eight of Cups in its reversal in combination with our Four of Wands. If we're going to have to see an Eight of Cups in its reversal, I'm glad to see this Four of Wands there to help smooth things out. Because for masculine and feminine right now, what we're really identifying is it's not the fact that you're not feeling a blockage. It's not the fact that you're not identifying that there is a blockage that you're experiencing at this moment. But what we're really identifying is this is that reorientation point, continuing to move in the direction of those spaces and places that you feel are leading to your highest success, are leading to points of positivity, even as you process some of this hurdle or challenge. For masculine, as we said, this could be feeling some degree or desire of not being able to move as effectively as you would right now in spaces of communication or passion or creativity, while also feeling a degree and desire of wanting to do so at this moment. While for feminine right now, this is going through a deep emotional hurdle, but still maintaining your course as you continue forward from this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Nine of Cups in its reversal. This is feeling like a bit of that exhaustion point for both masculine and feminine energy. For masculine and feminine energy, there is this feeling of uncertainty because there is this feeling of feeling at a point of lack. There is something here about not necessarily feeling as satisfied as you would ideally desire at this point, feeling somewhat put out because of some of this blockage that you're currently experiencing. For masculine energy, this is feeling more like a creative hurdle that you're trying to break through right now, communication hurdle, feeling a bit indisposed as it relates to your own ability to communicate or to do the things that you're trying to do effectively at this moment. While for feminine energy right now, this is a bit of that feeling of like unsatisfaction or uncertainty as it relates to your own emotional landscape at this moment. We've been seeing for the feminine energy, there's been a lot of back and forth with that Queen of Cups. And this is a moment where for feminine energy, we're seeing that this could be feeling like a point of emotional overwhelm, emotional blockage, emotional drainage that is like putting your concentration into where you're moving into right now, but also just feeling a point of just like some exhaustion as you continue to do so in this fashion. So for masculine and feminine energy, this is that hurdle. That blockage right now is where we're seeing a lot of that energy being stuck, but we're also seeing a lot of work being done right now to try to move yourself into that point of positivity as you continue forward from this point. Continuing to get clarification right now between our Four of Wands in combination with the Judgment in its reversal. This is that moment, again, keeping your orientation, keeping your goals and aspects on those positive circumstances, those positive situations, moving towards those positive outcomes right now, doing a lot of work to kind of set those plans in play as you continue forward from this point, but also having to spend a lot of time right now in a point of reconsideration as you plot your course going forward, having to have some potential points of adjustment right now that you're currently feeling as it relates to some circumstances or situations that you may have had made decisions on that you may be feeling like you need to recalibrate with at this point time. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with, oh, thank goodness, it's in its upright. Here is that Knight of Wands again. So again, for masculine and feminine energy, this is going to feel a little bit different. For feminine energy right now, again, this is working right now around moving in that direction, around those positive circumstances, those positive situations around yourself at this moment. Having to have some point of reconsideration right now, making some adjustments right now to make for better circumstances, to make for a point of easement as we go forward. This is overcoming some of that blockage that we saw just a few days ago when this card was in its reversal, with the support again of masculine energy that's around you at the time, that is giving you communication, that is giving you direction, that is helping guide you. For some of the feminine energy right now, this is you putting your manifestation energy towards an energy that is in this direction, specifically in the face of some energy that you feel isn't expressing their emotionality, expressing their passion. For half of the feminine collective right now, this is you really manifesting this for yourself at this moment and making some changes to allow this energy to come to manifest towards you quicker than you would ideally have had, even through some of that blockage. While for the other part of the feminine collective right now, this is you working in collaboration with masculine energy that you are identifying has that degree of ability, of communication, of passion, moving right now to overcome any immediate hurdles, allowing this to be a recalibration point between you and this energy as you build towards these better points of success going forward. While for the masculine collective right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment that you are letting your creativity, you're letting your passion guide your path forward at this point towards those points of success, towards those opportunities, towards those possibilities that you feel are leading you to your best and brightest outcome. And it is requiring some points of recalibration here, but we see here that a masculine energy is doing a lot of work right now to make some changes as it relates to their own decisions and choices prior to this point to lead to better positive outcomes as you go forward today. Very good sea change for both masculine and feminine today. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Judgment card in its reversal in combination with our Page of Wands energy in its reversal. So for masculine and energy, for masculine and feminine energy, this is having a bit of a different impact. But for both masculine and feminine energy right now, this is allowing right now some point of recalibration we're seeing. This is a point of recalibration you're seeing just as it relates to where you're not necessarily feeling like either you are feeling like you are being heard or effectively communicating, or if you're not receiving the communication that you would ideally desire at this point. This is that shift. It's the identification right now that there is a blockade, but there is a point of adjustment that is making either around places and spaces where you feel like you're communicating and it's not leading you to the productive outcomes that you would ideally desire at this point, or if you have been waiting for some kind of communication and you're not recognizing it coming forth, this is also that point of recalibration as you continue forward from this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our Justice card. And we love to see this card right now because what we're really identifying is this is a moment of trying to bring this balance back into your life at this moment. For both masculine and feminine energy right now, this is where we see that point of recalibration happening. This is that moment right now of potentially looking at some spaces or places where either you've been waiting for energy to come in right now or putting your energy as it relates to communication, as it relates to planning, as it relates to productivity. And you're really just asking yourself, you're allowing some points of adjustment to happen because you are recognizing and you are working towards this balance. You are recognizing that the places of productivity that are really going to guide you forward to those bright outcomes for yourself, to those brighter possibilities, they're going to require reciprocity and balance. And you are working right now, again, even in the face of some circumstances and situations that you have to make some recalibration on right now in order to achieve and maintain this level of balance for yourself as you proceed forward from this point. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Page of Wands in its reversal in combination with our Queen of Pentacles energy. So for masculine and feminine, this could be feeling a bit different, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, this is a moment that, again, you may be feeling some difficulty as it relates to communicating today. For some of the masculine collective right now, this is feeling like you are trying to overcome any hurdles as it relates to communication towards a manifestation of feminine that you recognize and see is in this point of maintaining their own stability, even through some of the points of difficulty that you may have both been experiencing prior to this point right now. For the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is you potentially feeling like you are at some kind of disadvantage. You are feeling some point of frustration as it relates to your own ability to move forward in spaces of creativity or passion right now. But you are getting the support right now through this difficult moment with the assistance of a feminine energy that you recognize is in this point of stability as you proceed forward from this point. While for feminine energy right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment that you yourself are putting a lot of concentration on your sense of stability. What makes you feel stable? Where do you find that point of support in your own energy right now, feminine? Again, this is going to show a lot of orientation in terms of where feminine is putting this point of stability, as it may shift depending on who you are and where you place this. If you put your sense of stability in finances, this is you putting a lot of energy in that. If it's in relationships, you're going to be putting a lot of energy in those spaces right now. All of this, though, is to help the feminine energy feel more secure and stable as you proceed forward from the point. From half of the feminine collective right now, this is feminine doing a bit of the lion's share in creating stability right now, potentially around a masculine energy that they feel is at some point of disadvantage today as it relates to their own degree to communicate or to push forward through right now. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is feminine energy kind of focusing and putting their focus back on themselves in this moment, even in the face of recognizing some blockage as it relates to communication that they were hoping would potentially come in, or some kind of articulation in terms of plans that isn't coming through. Feminine isn't letting this block them right now. Feminine is just putting their orientation on their own sense of stability. And again, either in alignment with a masculine energy and lending support at this time, or moving away from a masculine energy that isn't giving them this degree of communication to allow them to be supportive in this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our Three of Cups in its reversal. So why is this occurring right now? Because for feminine and masculine energy, there is a lot of attention right now and a lot of concentration in terms of where you are expending your energy. Where you're expending your energy, where you would desire to expend your energy. For both masculine and feminine, this isn't a moment where you feel like you want to spend it playing games or moving from a point of frivolity. For feminine energy, this is really feeling a lot of energy today of really just buckling down, focusing on what makes you feel secure, focusing on what helps build that sense of stability around you at this moment. For half of the feminine collective right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment that, again, you may be working right now align with a masculine energy that you may be recognizing isn't in a space where they can communicate or move forward on their own creativity and passion to the degree or desire that you would ideally desire right now. But it's okay, because for the feminine energy here, this is moving through this supportive energy, doing everything that you can right now, and also working and paying a lot of attention in terms of like just moving away from anything that feels like it's distracting you or misaligning you from that sense of stability at this moment. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are just moving away from anything or anyone that you don't feel is creating this sense of stability for you at this time. If that's energy that isn't communicating in an effective way, this is you moving away from those energies. And if it's energy that feels like it's just kind of distracting you from your purpose or creating this like sense of like not necessarily being aligned to your own purposes right now, this is feminine just really going inward and working on their own stability and security as you proceed forward from this point. While for masculine energy right now, this could be feeling like a bit more of a struggle is what we're really seeing. Because for masculine energy right now, while we do see that we have that Knight of Wands on the table, that there is this moment that you may be particularly feeling that even though you have this desire to want to communicate, even though you're trying to move forward in some spaces or places right now, you are feeling like you are at a bit of a disadvantage right now. Again, for half of the masculine collective, this is you feeling at a point of disadvantage right now, but working right now with a very stable feminine energy to help overcome any hurdles or obstacles that you may be feeling in some of the outside energy that is around you at this point. Well, for the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is you potentially really buckling down and focusing on the energy that you're trying to manifest for yourself at this moment, with this point of orientation towards a stable feminine energy, someone who's able to maintain a level of degree of stability for themselves. And this is that moment that, again, you may be feeling some uncertainty or caution as it relates to communication and approach with this energy. But we also see here that this is a moment that you're really focusing all of your attention on this energy at this point, because this is what you are trying to manifest for yourself. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Nine of Cups in its reversal and our Knight of Wands in its upright. Again, this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, what we're really identifying is this is some of that blockage that we've been seeing over the last few days with the combination of the Knight of Wands in its reversal that we saw with the Knight of Swords. So while there is a degree or desire right now that masculine wants to push forward right now, there's something about your own blockage in terms of feeling your own point of not being sure what you can offer at this time. There's something here about feeling somewhat put out, somewhat depleted, feeling like there's some kind of blockage here in terms of being able to fully kind of put your cards on the table to a certain extent. And it's this disadvantage that you're currently experiencing that is creating a bit of a rift between like what you truly want to drive forward towards in this point, but also trying to overcome your own feelings of uncertainty as it relates to doing so. While for the feminine energy right now, this is really a moment that you yourself are feeling some of that conflicting energy. Because while we identify that there is this masculine energy around you right now, or you're either, again, for half of the feminine collective right now, you are trying to manifest this energy for yourself at this moment. For the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment where, again, you're working in collaboration with a masculine energy that has this degree or ability to be communicative, to drive forward with their passions. But you yourself are feeling at a point of a disadvantage. You're feeling that there is something here that you are feeling somewhat drained, somewhat blocked, somewhat like at a point of dissatisfaction or uncertainty right now because of some of this emotional blockage that you're currently experiencing. You are overcoming some of these emotional blockages that you're currently feeling right now. Again, either trying to manifest this energy towards you at this moment or in collaboration with this energy that's helping you as you move through some of these feelings of uncertainty as you proceed forward from this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our Emperor energy. And again, this is going to feel very different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, this is a moment that we see that this is the point that you are overcoming some of this hurdle that you're feeling. Wherever this blockage is, again, a lot of this is coming through for the masculine energy from a point of fear. This is more of like an anxiety right now that we're really seeing as it relates to going towards the things that you truly would desire to go towards at this moment. Feeling a bit put out, feeling a bit uncertain about how to do so, but also showing this capacity and degree of wanting to do so at this moment. Masculine energy is overcoming this hurdle through self-control, through self-mastery. This is that moment that the masculine energy is pushing through any of those feelings of uncertainty that they're currently experiencing at this time by really trying to get into a space of like mind over matter, of utilizing this degree of level of self-control to be able to help them push forward right now, even through some situations or hurdles that they're feeling the blockage on as it relates to their own confidence in moving towards those things that they're truly hoping to achieve at this moment. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself are feeling some of this blockage. You are feeling some of this blockage coming through right now as it relates to your own emotional center. This is where we see some of that topsy-turvy energy that we've been recognizing in the feminine energy with all of that Queen of Cups coming upright and reversed here. There's a moment here where you're feeling kind of emotionally drained, emotionally exhausted, just at a point of emotional exhaustion. But again, for half of the feminine collective right now, this is really you focusing right now on what you are trying to manifest, which is a masculine energy that is both shows a degree and level of self-mastery, even in the face of difficulties, and also shows an ability and degree ability to communicate and push forward on communication, overcoming obstacles, overcoming hurdles that you are currently experiencing. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are feeling that you are at a point of emotional disadvantage. You're feeling kind of depleted. You are feeling kind of drained as it relates to your emotional center right now. You're feeling this blockage there, but you are receiving support either from a single manifestation of masculine energy that you are recognizing has this degree of ability of maintaining a sense of self-control and effective communication, even as you are going through any of your emotional challenges at this time. While for some of the other part of the feminine collective right now, this could be feeling like you have a lot of outside support from masculine energy at this time, even as you yourself are going through some moment or challenge that is depleting you energetically at this time. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Knight of Wands in combination with the Justice card. So for masculine and feminine, this will feel a bit different right now. For masculine energy, what we're really identifying at this moment right now is this is a moment that we recognize that you are really letting your passion drive you forward. You are letting your inspiration move you through. And you're moving right now. The masculine energy is utilizing that passion and that desire to communicate to try to create a sense of balance in their own life at this moment, putting a lot of energy into creative endeavors, into creative passions, into communication to help restore any of this balance, even through some of your own feelings of uncertainty, even through some of your feelings of a lack of confidence at this moment. While For the feminine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself are working on maintaining a sense of balance. This is probably coming through more from a point of emotional balance for feminine energy, given all of that Queen of Cups energy that we've been receiving up until this point. This is you working right now to maintain a degree of balance for yourself at this moment, either working right now to manifest for yourself a masculine energy that is able to come forthright with its communication, with its passion, with its inspiration, or for the other part of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are working to achieve a point of balance for yourself at this moment in collaboration with masculine energy that you feel has these qualities of communication, of inspiration as you guide forward through this point, that is helping you maintain a sense of balance through any emotional blockages or hurdles that you're currently experiencing. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our Knight of Pentacles. That's what we would like to see. This is what we would like to see, my friends. This is beautiful energy coming through right now for the masculine today. Very beautiful energy coming through right now for the masculine, because what are we really identifying here? This is that moment, again, for masculine energy specifically, what we're really identifying is masculine energy. You're overcoming any of these blockages and hurdles as it relates to your own confidence at this moment, as working again into that place of self-mastery, allowing yourself to really push through some of your own doubts and fears at this time in order to work for a better sense of balance in terms of working right now, again, towards those goals, those aspirations, utilizing your communication right now to build a sense of balance, and also coming forward today with tangible offers, putting this work not only into the mental space right now and the passionate space, but also very much coming forward in a practical way with those offers, with those opportunities, or moving in the direction of those offers and opportunities that you are working to achieve for yourself in this moment. While for feminine energy right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment that you yourself are working right now to maintain a level or degree of balance for yourself through any emotional hurdles that you've been currently experiencing over the last few days. Again, either working right now to manifest a masculine energy that is communicative, is able to drive forward with their passion, their communication, but is also able to show a degree of stability, that is able to offer you something tangible in the space right now to help you build this sense of balance for yourself at this moment, because we do see the fact that feminine is working right now on their own stable center with that Queen of Pentacles here. Well, for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is you maintaining a degree of balance for yourself, even through any emotional challenges that you've been experiencing, either with a single manifestation of masculine that expresses both the ability of coming forward in the realms of communication, in passion, but also in offering tangible expressions of that same passion. While for the other half of the collective right now, this could even be more than one masculine manifestation that's around you right now that is helping you maintain a center of balance as you proceed forward from this point. Getting some communication from some, getting some material offers from others, all of this helping you maintain balance even through some of your own emotional hurdles at this time. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Justice card in combination with our Three of Cups in its reversal. So this really being a point of balance for both feminine and masculine energy. For both energies right now, there is a point of putting a lot of concentration on maintaining the center of balance for yourself. For masculine today, this is a moment that is requiring a degree of self-mastery at this time. This is moving away from any energy that you feel is creating any sense of imbalance for you at this moment. And that's allowing you, this is more of an internal effort for the masculine right now as you work to create this balance, even in the face of some energy around you that you feel may be trying to get you off balance or get you off center at this time. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that we see that you yourself are working on maintaining this level or degree of balance. And this is requiring you to just move away from any energy that you feel isn't creating this balance for you as well. A lot of potential shedding of energy or just moving away from anything that you just don't recognize as allowing for this equal give and take or this alignment at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Is that our card? I think that's our card. Oh my goodness, it's still here? Masculine, what's going on with all of these cards out today? this is still some of that masculine blocker right now. But again, I also see that it's coming through in like the best way possible to a certain extent. Because what we're really recognizing here is not the fact for masculine. What we're really seeing is there is this moment right now that we're really identifying that this isn't necessarily the fact that for masculine, they are not coming forward in the way that they would desire. There's still a lot of energy here, masculine, where you are putting a lot of foundational work right now as it relates to communication, as it relates to offers and opportunities right now. For masculine right now, this is almost coming through as a point of just moving away from anything that you feel is getting you off course as it relates to being able to effectively communicate, drive forward as it relates to the things that you're trying to be passionate about, as it relates to the opportunities that are around you at this moment. This is that point of orientation for masculine. And this is masculine potentially pulling your energy away from anything or anyone that feels like it gets you somewhat off course and is disturbing your own sense of balance at this time. While for feminine energy right now, this is that moment where you yourself are working right now on a point of balance for yourself. And this is what's allowing you to overcome any of those emotional blockages that you're experiencing. Because for feminine energy right now, the recognition point that you are effectively having at this moment is that you are working to achieve a level of balance for yourself at this time. And that is requiring you to potentially move away from any energy that you feel isn't creating that sense of balance for you as it relates to the energy around you. But it also requires you to potentially move away from any energy of masculine energy that you recognize doesn't show this confidence, doesn't show this ability to push through even through a challenge or difficulty here. This is that moment for feminine energy where you yourself are just kind of shedding or moving away from some energy that you feel doesn't show that degree of confidence. For half of the feminine energy right now, you're going to fall on two different sides of this collective. For some of the feminine energy right now, this is a moment of putting a lot of orientation around the energy that you feel is distracting you or causing any difficulty at this moment, working for this sense of balance, even as you have to support a masculine energy that is feeling some feelings of uncertainty at this time. This is some of that energy that we've been experiencing here with that masculine that is, if you are in union, that may be feeling like they are having some feelings of uncertainty or doubts or fears rising up, helping try to create balance for them at this time. For the other half of the feminine collective, this is you just moving away, just going away from a masculine energy that you are just kind of looking at and being like, not only are they not communicating, but they're also showing a lack of confidence in that communication. They're showing a degree of not being able to come forward to the way or degree that you would ideally desire. And this is how you are also moving through it and having this point of balance. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Emperor energy in combination with our Knight of Pentacles. For masculine energy, today is a day of grounding, is what we're really seeing. This is a day, again, working on your own sense of tangible grounding. Masculine energy is putting together their offers right now. They're building offers, they're building opportunities with this degree or level of self-mastery, putting this concentration on coming into a space of self-control, allowing the self-control to really build them through any feelings of doubt or fear that they're currently experiencing at this time, utilizing that to bring a lot of their creative energy into the physical space at this moment, in tangible offers, tangible opportunities coming forward at this time. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself either working to manifest or working in collaboration with a masculine energy that shows these qualities of having this degree or ability of self-control and self-mastery, and also coming forward right now with tangible offers. This is how the feminine is being able to further work through their own feelings of stability at this moment. This is what's helping ground the feminine energy through some of the emotionality that they've currently been experiencing up until this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Ace of Cups in its reversal. Self-care is key today, my friends. Self-care is key for both masculine and feminine energy right now. As I said, for the masculine energy right now, there is a moment that this is requiring a lot of self-mastery. There's something here that the masculine energy is pushing through their own blockages as it relates to their own feelings of anxiety or doubt or fear at this time that are potentially holding them back from moving forward in the ways that they would ideally desire as it relates to communicating their passion, as it relates to communicating their desire, as it relates to communicating their inspiration at this moment. But we see here that there is this need, there is this point of emotional exhaustion or spiritual exhaustion that masculine is working to overcome at this moment. This is them starting to reflect some of that emotionality that we've been seeing in the feminine energy up until this time. And this is pointing to some point of address of masculine needing to kind of go inwards and return to themselves at this moment to allow for some point of restoration and easement as they proceed forward, trying to master and maintain this level of self-control and putting together these tangible offers that they're working for right now in the tangible space. While for feminine energy right now, this is that moment of showing the emotional overwhelm that you're currently experiencing. Because we've been seeing with the feminine energy right now that there is this moment or this degree that you've been feeling as it relates to your own emotional center at this time. You are working right now to a certain degree in terms of trying to come into emotional balance. But you are feeling, again, much like that Nine of Cups here, somewhat drained, somewhat exhausted, a bit put out as it relates to your own emotional or spiritual perspective right now. Working right now to manifest for yourself at this moment a masculine energy that shows this capacity and degree of self-control and is also coming forward with tangible offers. This is the type of energy that you're trying to bring into your own life right now, but it does feel like a bit of emotional exhaustion as you work to manifest for yourself at this moment. Well, for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is you, again, feeling some of this emotional drainage, feeling some of this like emotional overwhelm, working through it right now with the assistance of masculine energy that is either a single manifestation of masculine energy that is showing this ability and degree to maintain self-mastery and offer support even as you're going through this at this time. Versus for some, this could even be more than one masculine energy around you at this moment that is helping you in this degree and fashion as you experience this state of emotional overflow. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Knight of Pentacles in combination with our Knight of Swords in its reversal. So for masculine and feminine energy right now, for masculine energy, this is that self-doubt. This is that self-doubt coming back up again. This is that moment of uncertainty that you're currently experiencing right now, because while we see that you are working, again, much like the feminine energy, in building some stability for yourself at this moment, in coming forward in this way, creating these stable offers and opportunities that you want to lead forth with at this time, there is some point of anxiety around that as you experience this at this moment that is making some doubts and fears crop up. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that, again, for half of the feminine collective right now, this is working right now in unison with a masculine energy that is showing this degree or capacity of showing some ability to come forward with tangible offers, tangible opportunities, even in the face of their own anxieties and fears. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you are potentially feeling some differentiation in the energy around you, where you are recognizing, and this could be where we see some of that emotional conflict for the feminine energy, because while we see here that there is that moment where there are tangible expressions and offers and opportunities coming forth right now, for other parts of the collective right now, there's also potentially other energy around you right now that feels like they're moving from a space of fear, or they're not coming forward to the degree that they would desire. So for the other part of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment of you kind of wrestling between different energies that are creating a point of blockage for you at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Seven of Pentacles. This is that moment of feeling like there's some feeling of frustration or feeling of letting some time has passed. That there may have been something, again, for feminine and masculine energy. Now, it will feel a bit different depending on for feminine and masculine energy right now. For masculine energy right now, this is why we see you really pushing forward right now. There is something here about feeling like you need to push forward right now. You need to offer some tangible opportunities. You need to put some care and attention into that tangible space right now, even overcoming some of your fears, because there is a recognition on something around you right now, masculine, that tells you that you need to act quickly. that the time to wait is over, that the time to hold is over, that now is the time to come forward with those offers and opportunities right now, because it is not a time to wait. This is why we're seeing for the masculine energy that this could be feeling like a bit of anxiety, because this is masculine energy pushing forward through any of their uncertainty and fear at this moment, wanting to seize the moment, if you were, and acting at this moment as you proceed forward from this point, wanting to seize the opportunities, not wanting to miss these opportunities around you at this time, recognizing that to wait and to delay may not allow these to be able to be present or expressed at this moment. For the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are working through right now, recognizing that you are in a space where you are also putting a lot of care and attention on time, on where you are putting your time and energy right now. For feminine energy, this is a moment, again, either working in collaboration with a masculine energy to come together and work on stability at this moment, even through some of their own doubts and fears. For the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment of just assessing the energy around you and really asking what is creating stability in your life, what is tangibly there, versus any energy that you may have been holding on to that you're recognizing is not coming forth or is not showing that degree of ability of coming forth at this moment. This is you kind of just accessing and coming to terms with the fact of feeling that the time has kind of run its course on something, that your time to wait has kind of reached its termination point, that your patience is a limited factor, and that your patience has kind of run its course. And this is feminine energy also working through some of the emotional hurdles and blockages that you may be feeling on this as you proceed forward from this point. Final two cards for today's spread between our Ace of Cups in its reversal in combination with our Seven of Pentacles. So again, a point today of really putting a lot of care and attention back into the self today, putting a lot of assessment on what has been making you feel drained or exhausted, and wanting to take immediate action to amend or correct for any situations that have reached you to a point of emotional or spiritual exhaustion at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Eight of Swords in its reversal. This is that moment of freeing yourself up. This is that moment, again, this is the clearing up. We love to see this right here, because what we're really seeing is happening in this moment is this is the clearing up of the blockage. This is the clearing up of the blockage, because we do see that for feminine and masculine right now, there is that feeling of stuck, of not wanting to move away from some circumstances and situations. But this is that moment of orientation, of really asking kind of what is showing that degree and ability to emotionally support you and spiritually support you at this moment. What is showing the immediacy of being able to do that? Allowing that to be able to be this moment of creating this sense of easement as you proceed forward from this point. Because what we're really seeing here is this is you moving out of the space of self-limiting beliefs. This is getting out of any of like the prison of your own mind, if you will, that you may have been creating around some circumstances and situations. For masculine energy, this is a lot of work on self-mastery at this moment as you overcome some of your own challenges and fears right now to move into the places and spaces that you feel are going to be most emotionally and spiritually supportive for you at this moment. While for feminine energy right now, this is you putting a lot of concentration and care in the tangible space, working to build this stable energy around yourself at this moment, not allowing yourself to be caught in any emotional blockages that feel like they just drain you of emotional or spiritual care and support at this time. Final card for today's spread, bottom of the deck, is our King of Wands. And this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, there is this feeling of anxiety as it relates to your plans going forward. There is something here. We are seeing here that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the material space at this time. But there is some anxieties or fears as it relates to your own ability to plan, as it relates to your own ability to communicate, as it relates to your own ability to kind of like really chart the course for yourself in this moment. There really is something here that, because we're seeing the fact that there is this point of self-control that needs to be kind of reached at this point, that it is kind of pushing up against your own feeling of creativity, of passion, that there's this higher level energy that you're trying to move into right now, that I feel like you're really kind of trying to concentrate on like the present space in light of some of the feelings of wanting to like move forward as creatively as you would desire right now. For masculine energy, there's also some kind of anxieties or concerns about how the communications and how the inspiration that you're trying to move forward with right now will be taken. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that, again, a lot of your care and attention is paid toward the masculine energy at this time. For feminine energy, we do see the fact that there's a lot of care and correction that you're putting into right now in creating a supportive system for yourself at this moment. But that's requiring you to really look at the masculine energy around you right now and really ask yourself, are you in a space that you guys are moving in the right direction? Is there a clear understanding about whether the path that you guys are on right now is aligned? And having and wanting to have that communication right now is very important. We're seeing here there are challenges in communication. There are hurdles in communication at this time right now. For some of the feminine energy right now, this is a lot of orientation potentially on some masculine energy you are waiting for communication on but have not received. For the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is you working through right now with an energy of masculine that you have this capacity and degree of communication with, but wanting to make sure that you guys are in alignment as it relates to the plan and the path going forward. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and receiving it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can book one on my website. Please keep in mind, if you book a personal reading with me, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure that you do both if you would like to have a reading with me. Also, please keep in mind that my readings are done over video with the option of recording sent to you afterwards. And most importantly, I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a personal reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never send you a message saying that I have a very special message and you need to contact me immediately. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my website. So please be sure to do it there. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it with me. And we will do this again tomorrow.